that we're gonna be using tonight is the round 2 draft 3 that was exhibit 1 on August 19th. Alright, so let's get official. Let's call the meeting to order at 6:23 on Thursday, August 21st. Can you please give roll call? Take roll.
Commissioner Gaudette.
Here.
Commissioner Hoosier, here. Commissioner Gonzalez. Commissioner Marshall Lee.
Present.
Commissioner Sweeney.
Here.
Commissioner Abdullah. Commissioner Williams.
Present.
Thank you, Chair. Commissioner Martin. Commissioner Nims. Commissioner McKnight.
Present.
Thank you, Dai. Commissioner Larchevek.
Here.
Thank you, Joe. Commissioner Eaton. Commissioner McKenzie. Madam Chair, you have a quorum.
Thank you. Okay, so on our agenda tonight, we have a plethora of chapters. But before we get to that list of chapters, I would like to go back and I really want to close out ethics. I want to make sure that that's done. We haven't voted on it as a chapter. We also have some things that we have tabled and have not voted on. So I would like us to go back to that, plus look at some of what has been updated in that chapter, and then we can go on to the other stuff. Yes?
If I may, I love that plan. In fact, I was gonna propose that we blow up the agenda tonight and push a lot of the department chapters off. We have an update from civil service with their stuff.
Perfect.
Which I wanna talk about. And you have ethics stuff, and we have a little amendment to the mayor's section, and we gotta finish council. Sounds like we got a lot of stuff to do, and maybe we could touch on the other stuff before we go, but we can push it off.
Okay.
As another maybe preliminary matter, it might make sense to schedule one last meeting, contrary to what I said the other day, for next Saturday, if we could.
Oh.
As far off as possible, for 2 reasons. Mark and I were on the phone earlier with the state expert on charters, who's been kind of advising us from the sidelines because he hasn't had time to really be here and help us directly, who's reviewing some of our material about the department chapters and giving us recommendations even on like our referral letter to the council and things like that. And he wants as much time as possible to look at our stuff and help us. And number 2 is, I think once we've gone through all these chapters and said yes, I think we need to, like a lot of us need to spend time proofreading. And the more days we have to proofread, the better.
Okay, so looking at the schedule, currently we have, let me get my hot pink schedule out. It happened by accident. Okay, so we have today, which we would like I want to definitely finish this off. I think what you brought up about the mayor and
We can basically do all of,
civil
we can
service.
get like, well, not one, but we finished 2 basically already. We can do 3, which is ethics. We can do 4, 5, 6. Like, we can just get all of those departments we've already talked about, voted on and done tonight. And then all that will be left will be department chapters. That'll be it, maybe.
Let's hope we get it done. Sounds like a
Oh,
good
and civil
plan.
service, we can,
Yeah, so.
Oh, right,
That's
and
what
civil
she said.
service,
It's a
okay.
very small change.
Alright, but so then so is August 26th good, August 27th good? And then you're saying,
so that's Saturday, which would be
The
the
30th?
23rd.
That's Labor Day weekend. We gotta make sure we can get.
I'm sorry, not the 20th, I meant to say, right, I meant
Oh.
to say the 30th, right.
well, we did take off the 30th because that is Labor Day weekend.
We can try to get a quorum together. That's the best we
Can people be on the phone for this? Could we do a,
10 o'clock in the morning on
Zoom
Saturday,
meeting?
guys that are on here,
Could do Zoom.
on the phone. Dai,
On the 30th,
yeah, Saturday the 30th, 10 o'clock.
that would be fine for me.
That's okay. Thank you, Reverend. Dai?
This Saturday?
No, next
No,
Saturday.
next.
Labor Day weekend Saturday.
Next Saturday, I should be good.
it's Labor Day weekend, we need to be clear about that, so,
We can do it as a Zoom.
we'll try to do it, I mean, I have a Zoom account, I can do that, I can set that up.
That would look.
All right, and
The city
Joseph?
probably has to set it up so we can make sure the public can access it.
Oh, I see, yeah, you're right.
Not that you do it.
I have a city
Tom
one that we
does it.
can use, so.
Yeah,
Um,
All right, we
Oh,
all,
Joe, is it
yeah,
everybody?
all three on the phone.
So
are
lovely to
okay
have a
for that.
lawyer in.
We might
this.
actually get more intent, it might be nice to
Johnny,
have a
you
full
available?
contingent for the last vote too, you know?
Oh,
We can,
yeah.
We can try.
Just out of spirit, you know, not that it's required, but.
Yeah.
John, are you able to attend, and you're able to do
Three,
it? Okay.
4, 5, 6, we have 7.
7, and then,
Seven, yeah.
oh, did we call Steve back?
Steve hasn't answered, he's on a flight to
He's on a
California.
plane.
He's
He
about-
might not be, he might be just, I thought he said he was gonna be at the airport.
No, he was boarding at 5 o'clock.
Oh, okay, never mind, sorry. All right, let me just get that down
Yeah, he
again,
just
so
visits the airport
3,
from
4,
time to
6, and then 17. 3, 4, 5, 6,
Tonight,
3, 4, 5, and 6,
we can
Please
do,
leave your message.
3, 4, 5, 6, and 17.
and 17.
right, cause we did elections and appointments, right? So we would do ethics tonight, be done, do mayor tonight, be done, do city council, be done, and do civil service and be done. And then we already did
We okayed our attorney already.
law department, we
Well, no,
already
we-
did
We
city
have
and
to go
town.
back to law,
Why?
there was something that, I'm gonna go back to.
Oh, Taisha has edits for town and city clerk and for law department that she needs to
And
get
you
us
had
back.
something that for section 1 on duties.
Oh, man.
You
Alright.
keep forgetting.
Yeah, right, okay.
All right, and then what did you, oh wait, let me just make sure, city council, there are some other things, but the law department, where did that go? Yes, we had one item that we tabled,
Right, okay, we're working on that, I talked to
Section
Mark today
B.
about that, yeah, okay.
okay. All right, so, let's go over the ethics section, if I can find it, here it is.
Well, it's page 10.
And it's on page 10, thank you, okay.
And initially, it says chapter 23, the office.
Oh, so the 2 has a
No, the 2 has a
slash
line
through it
through it.
now.
It's,
Chapter
it
3.
has a slash.
It's chapter 3.
Okay.
Okay, so looking at section 1, I did, wait. So section 1, it got totally changed from what was talked about at the meeting. So at the meeting, I thought the meeting on the 16th, it was, the city council shall provide by ordinance for an ethics, but then there was some craziness, so I had a recommendation to change that. Adoption, so for an ethics commission and adopt regulations to implement the provisions of this chapter, the council shall enact a code of ethics by ordinance. So now all I see here is the council shall enact a code of ethics by ordinance.
And you're on page 10, correct?
And now is a council change, has to be.
I don't,
Cause
that
these
was,
red lines are the council
That's the
changes
council
to us.
change, yeah.
right, but
Yeah.
we had voted on keeping everything, and I put in the new language on my document. Maybe she got confused with that. But I do have a recommendation for that. The city council, comma, by ordinance, comma, shall enact a code of ethics and establish an ethics commission. The adoption of, period, the adoption of regulations to implement the provisions of this charter will be updated regularly.
So the problem with that is that the charter creates the commission. So this is one of the instances in which you don't want the council to create it by ordinance because you created it by charter.
So,
So your sentence says, so well, the only thing, I guess we're trying to figure out what the council, you want them to do, and I think the answer is, you just want them to enact a code of ethics.
I'll go with that better, yeah, that's fine.
But you don't want them creating the
You don't want
commission
them
because
to-
it's created by charter.
Okay,
And you don't, and then the regulations really are something that
well, that was
can be
in,
done by them or by the commission.
right, and that was in, so I didn't get this updated version until,
So basically, we're gonna stay with, we could stay
We
with, the
could stay
council
with it.
shall enact a code of ethics by ordinance.
Yeah, perhaps we add the word city there, just to keep it
But-
consistent
but,
with the city council.
City council.
We're,
Minor change.
the chapter has a heading, the Office of Municipal Ethics and Ethics Commission.
Mhm.
Why is there no statement, priority, about the Office of Municipal Ethics?
Then we can add that in, John.
No,
What do you mean?
why,
So,
we got chapter 3, the
Yep.
Office of Municipal Ethics and the Ethics Commission. And section 1 becomes ethics ordinance. It has nothing, it says
I know.
nothing about the Office of Municipal Ethics.
Well, what if, to John's point, what if we, I kind of agree with that, what if we made the statement of purpose, which is usually the first thing you mention,
Exactly.
made it section 1, and then just put this language, you know, the city council should create an ethics ordinance, put it as subsection A of section 2, general provisions. The city council shall by ordinance create an ethics ordinance. Subsection B, the council shall periodically update it at least every 3 years, blah, 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 and now it logically flows.
With the Ethics Commission, that the Ethics Commission is supposed to make the
Recommendation.
recommendations.
But yeah, I think that's
Periodic.
consistent with what John is thinking, which is purpose comes first, and then you direct.
I like that, yes. Does anybody else on the phone have any, comments or questions about that?
Okay.
No, I like it.
So then moving ethics ordinance somewhere else. Should that go under the,
So if I may, and John, tell me if this is consistent with what you just said. I would motion to get rid of what is currently proposed by the council as section 1. Make section, what is currently recommended as section 2, the new section 1, statement of purpose. Leave all of that text as written. And then section 3, general provisions, will now become section 2. And the new subsection A under section 2 would say, the city council shall
Enact a
create,
code of ethics by ordinance.
right, enact a code of ethics by ordinance.
That would be A.
A code of ordinance by ethics, yep, and then
Where?
everything,
Wait.
and then everything moves down, so A becomes B, B
alright,
becomes
Tom, say
C.
that again?
Okay, so we're killing section 1, we're making section 2 the new section 1, we're making section 3 section 2,
Okay,
under subsection 2, we're making a new little A, the city council shall enact a code of ethics by ordinance,
That one sentence out of former section 1.
Mhm.
and then everything moves down, so A becomes B, B becomes C, C becomes D, and then finally, there's a strikeout on section 3 here, but it should just be section 3, ethics commission.
okay, wait. So these are gonna be renumbered, right?
Yep.
I mean, relettered?
Yep.
And then this becomes 4, ethics commission, there's 4?
Where? No,
No,
that becomes
it's 3.
Yep,
Three.
it was crossed out, never replaced, but it's
Oh,
3 again.
Okay,
Okay.
so then the municipal office of ethics becomes 4, I don't know if you said this, I'm sorry, and then that's it. Right?
No, it becomes 3.
The
No,
Ethics Commission.
the ethics
Just three.
municipal office, I meant, sorry.
Oh,
I'm
office.
sorry about that,
Yes,
yeah.
I'm sorry, yeah.
Office,
The office.
The office
This
becomes
becomes 4.
Yep.
Alright, I'm gonna have to do these notes later, but yes, okay, so we're moving section 1, we're deleting section 1 ethics ordinance on page 10.
Except for the final sentence, which we're moving to 2.
Well, we're deleting that
Right.
section, we're moving that sentence, the ethics ordinance, over to, it's gonna be in, the A,
Right?
and then the periodic updates will be B. And so all the changes, section 2 is gonna be 1, section 3 is gonna be 2, and section 4 is gonna be, 4 is gonna be 3, okay. Alright, alright, so that's.
Commissioner Godet, you move that?
Yes.
I second
Okay,
it.
hold on, let me make note. Today's 8/21, 25. Motion by Tom, seconded by John. See my notes,
Down your business.
Yeah, it's on roll sleeves.
see my notes.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Yes, thank you.
Aye.
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 Opposed? Opposed? Okay, motion passes. Thank you, guys.
Okay, the next section. Next section that we need to look at is, oh, I have here section 2. Oh wait, these were, oh, now they all have to be changed again.
And we're going back to vacancies, terms of members.
Change again. Alright, so then the next one is,
Is it 1D?
oh, no, I wanna go, the next, sorry, say it again?
Is it 1D that you're looking for? We didn't make any change with 1D.
What do you mean, 1D?
Well,
Section, the new
Okay.
section 1, right?
I'm in chapter 3. We've renumbered under statement of purpose, 1D. We didn't ask for any change there. Do we want to look at that?
Well, there,
You wanna go back to C?
No, the city council didn't make any changes in A, B, or C. So that's our language there, as
So
I
I would
understand it.
yeah.
So we're okay, I'm okay with that if it was our language. It's in D that we don't want to pass over it, just,
D was changed.
It was changed the other day by this commission.
D said, oh, we don't have the updated language.
C-
This is what it
C-
says. I have the new language, cause it's in my notes. So we crossed off where it's, wait, what?
Where I think our recommendation at the time, a couple of days ago.
I think this does include
Was-
our changes.
It does include it, that's why I'm trying to bring that out. This includes our changes, and we changed it from having 5 members to 7 members.
Right.
And my suggestion is that we go back to our original terms that we sent over to the council.
Okay, I'm a little confused as to where you guys
You
are.
got, you talking about
We're on
John-
different
John-
places.
John
We're
is
on something
John
else.
is on section 1D, you're
a
on
different-
section 3C.
We're not there yet. We're not there
Yeah, you
yet.
guys are on different
We're
We're
pages.
not there yet. We're
no,
still on
I'm,
section.
I'm looking
All right,
at,
all right.
right here, 1D.
Okay.
On
I,
On page 11?
On page 11.
and I move that we accept our changes as written by the city attorney in all of the new section 1 and the new section 2.
No,
No? So we can move to.
no, I'm not ready.
You're not there. Okay.
No, I am not.
All right, let's go.
Okay.
Okay, can
Let's
we
go.
just slow down for a second?
All right.
I am still in the new section 2.
Okay, but you're ahead of me then.
No, I'm in your,
No,
you're
he's
still
on
back at
section
1?
1D.
He's
Oh,
in 1D.
1D, oh
That the
God.
word red, there are marks in red, and I want to make sure that we don't skip over it.
Okay, hold on, let
We
me
skipped
go back.
over 1A, what, the new 1A, 1B, 1C. That's okay, because there's no red in there. Nothing to change, that's our language that we agreed to. What I'm concerned about is in 1D, we've got red marks.
Oh, yes, we did talk about this, and we did talk about this. So this was,
Let's deal with it.
yeah, let's look at it.
Right, right in the top, full paragraph.
Mhm,
I'm happy with it. That's like what we talked about.
Yeah, this was it.
Okay, well then, move it.
I second.
All in favor of the new language in paragraph, section D?
On page
Subsection
11.
D on page 11. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Motion passes.
Okay, I just had to do a little,
All right.
okay. Who motioned it?
John.
John, both Johns?
John Lee, and then Tommy second.
Tom, I have to make sure I put L. Okay, so the next, all right, so we're done with that. Now we're on to section, back to
The new section two.
the new section 2. All right, and
General provisions, correct?
general provisions, and please take a look and see.
I'm fine.
Are we good with this?
Fine.
Well, 2A is coming over from the one sentence
Right.
that is stricken in 2B.
Where's that going anyway? That's,
That's under general provisions.
I know, but where are we putting the council shall enact a code of ethics?
That became a new
ordinance?
subsection A.
Oh, it's a new one, okay.
I didn't even realize it was right there, or this motion, I deleted that language there, but whatever, we're,
Yeah.
got
Let's
We want it, we
not
put it
confuse
back.
any more than what it is.
it. Yeah,
We'll leave it as a new section,
Yeah.
it's fine.
so I motion that we accept all of our changes in subsection 2.
What's that, then?
All those in favor of accepting the changes in subsection 2, signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none.
Okay, hold on. Oh, there was a lot of 2, let me just, this is really complicated. Okay. So then these, let me just put this, no, I wanna put it at the end of my notes for section 2.
So section 3 is on page 12,
Yes.
and we did discuss at least B.
Well, I have an update I'd like to include for, I'm sorry, we're in section 3? No, 4.
Section
Oh my
3.
God. these-
3.
Section 3. New
On
section
page
3.
12.
On page 12. Ethics Commission.
Yes, so where it says,
We had discussed changing it to 7 members.
we're not there yet.
We're, okay, go.
No,
We were up in
that's
3A.
3A.
3B
All right,
is the change.
3A.
You're obsessed.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is 3. Are there any, oh, right, here it is. Okay, so anything in section A on page 12?
I have a question, and speak to the lawyers. When it says here, which shall be reviewed and approved by the city attorney as the form and legality, it's only,
Wait, now you're something, oh.
no,
and that-
right what it says here.
Oh, that's where I have my comment.
My only question on that is, will it ultimately affect what the decision of the Ethics Commission may be?
Only if it's illegal. right,
Only if
Mark?
it's illegal.
I just want to make sure that,
Well, I think it says, that's why the qualifier says only
If it's
as to
illegal,
form and legality.
yeah.
I just want to make sure that
Only if
that's
it's-
That's what it said.
absolutely.
The
Because you don't
ultimate-
believe me.
I
The
just
ultimate-
know, it's an
Mark is
issue of
speaking.
disbelief.
No, you're speaking.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to talk over you, but the ultimate substantive deliberations and decisions with appropriate procedural and legal guidance rests with the commission.
Yeah.
City attorney does not direct a result. But just like with the city council in adopting an ordinance, for instance, they render legal advice and procedural advice where appropriate.
I think the reason why that's important is because you could have a situation where a body issues an advisory opinion, and then somebody relies on that advisory opinion,
Yes.
and it's wrong.
Right.
Yes.
And
That's
then,
why it's
and then when you
important to
rely on the
this-
government in certain contexts for advice and it's illegal, you could be potentially in hot water for that, and so you wanna make sure it's reviewed for.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
and
one
with
point.
that-
The other point is that the current ordinance expressly states that
It just-
if an employee or an officer acts in reliance upon the advisory opinion, it's binding on the city. Assuming we're not telling somebody to do something criminal, it's binding on the city. So you want to be correct.
Okay,
I appreciate that, it's just, you understand how important all this is to all of us, so I want to make sure I know exactly where it's at. Okay.
and with that, I would like to make an update to that section also, so I would like it to say, after the red, where it says, as to form and legality within 14 business days. We need to put a time limit on when we get a response back. Because I think Steve's not here, but he expressed that
yes.
the decisions have taken way too long. So we would like to keep what's there, shall be reviewed and approved by the city council as to city attorney, as to form and legality within 14 business days.
14 business days or 14
14
days?
days.
Okay, sorry,
14 days.
yeah, 14 days.
Because Steve had a problem with getting decisions back in a timely manner. Now, I think that's
That's a
appropriate.
big hurdle. I mean,
Mark, if you think it needs a little bit more time, but
Well,
it needs to have a time
Here's what I'll
limit
tell
to
you,
it.
the review for the city council for ordinances is 60 days. It should be a minimum, I would think, of 30 days.
All right, that's
Okay.
fine, that's
Now,
fine.
if it doesn't happen,
And we're counting weekends.
well, I will say, there's a difference too between adjudicating like a specific case where someone may or may not have done something wrong under our ethics ordinance, and issuing an advisory opinion, which basically will have the force of law. That you want to be well thought out, because once the advisory opinion is issued, it's almost the same process as doing the ordinance. The ordinance actually empowers the commission to issue the advisory opinions, which have binding effect.
right,
So you kind of want to treat it like an
So,
ordinance,
so we can give it,
because it's
as
long
long
lasting.
as there's,
I mean, that's a minimum,
as long as
I would
there's.
say,
45.
Well, give me 45 days.
okay, within 45
Okay.
days,
45
Then I'll
days.
be okay with that.
All right.
We can do that.
perfect, within
It
40,
at least puts a limit on when
Yeah.
the advice has to be delivered.
Totally.
okay, so. Would anyone like to move that and approve, and second it?
I make a motion to approve the addition of 45 days.
I second it.
To
for
section
legal
3A.
opinion, Section 3A.
Okay, and all those in favor?
Signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
Terrific.
We give you 45 days, you got more than 14.
Yeah, because
And at first it was only 5.
No, that's fine.
Raise
That's
myself.
Okay.
Well,
fine.
We are on to section 4. Oh,
How
wait.
about 3B?
Section 3B.
Oh, I'm sorry, I made a mistake. That's what I meant.
This is.
Section, you know why I have it still as 4? So yes, I meant to say section 3, Ethics Commission, B, subsection membership B. I'm sorry, but can we go back to who made the motion on the last one?
I did.
John
Aisha.
and A, okay, all right. So, Yeah.
Before you go on, I have a question
Yeah.
or to add. I mean, I know we're getting a little bit lengthy, but if additional time is needed, they would put it in writing.
Yeah, I guess that.
ooh, 45 days, and if additional time is needed to notify the commission?
You know what I would say, like, on that point, because we're getting a
Let
little
the
wordy,
commission-
like, if, let's say,
Listen, if you don't get it, what are you gonna do? You can go to court and
Right, we give them
file a
45
mandamus
days.
action to compel it.
just tell them what their deadline is, and if there's a good reason, if the commission understands why it's taking longer, because it's
They-
complex,
they-
or you're
they-
asking the state ethics office for advice and we're not getting it timely, they're not gonna force the issue.
Is that okay with you, Reverend?
I think we are gonna assume that the commission is reasonable,
Of course.
and this is a
Yeah,
team
okay.
effort.
Thank you.
Just a question and that, David,
But
thank you.
thank you, it's a good suggestion,
Mhm.
but hopefully not necessary.
Okay, so we did not vote on section 4, Ethics Commission, B, membership.
Section 3, action ethics.
Sorry, now it's section 3.
I know that we discussed changing it to 7 members. I think it's more appropriate to keep it at 5 to what we originally sent to the council. and subsequent sections that apply after that, we go back to what we originally sent to the council.
So we would like to strike that language and go back to what we had originally recommended, which was 5 members, along with the list of terms of offices that you helped us with. Thoughts? Oh, wait, we have to move it.
I so move that, in subsection D, that we go back to the original 5 members. The next line where it says no more than 2, remains, no more than 2, the same language that we sent to the commission, or the ordinance committee. We want to go back to what we sent to them.
Just so you know, again, it's ultimately your call, but 9-167A, which is the general minority representation requirement for all public bodies, would say that you could have no more than 4 on a 5-member panel. Having no more than 2 of a particular party is quite restrictive. A compromise might be 3, which is still a super limitation as compared to the statutory limit.
I thought we had said 3.
I thought we did 2, I didn't think we
3
had done
members,
2.
out of 5 being of one party, is that what you're suggesting?
The city council might have moved it to.
So it's a-
7.
It would be just like this body, which is a bare
Yeah,
majority.
it's
It was 3 to 7.
7, not 3 or 5.
No, well, here it says no more than 3 members of the commission shall be from the same party, political party. But that's when we were going to 7.
Right.
But Mark is suggesting we make it 3 of 5 could be of one political party. He's saying the state statute
Yeah, I get you. I
says
understand.
4
I
out of
understand.
5.
So then just leave it at, leave that part as 3.
Change everything else consistent with
Right,
what you're saying.
I have no problem with that, because we're dealing with an ethics commission, we have to assume we're appointing ethical individuals from whatever party it may be. So I have no problem.
But you're limiting, what you're doing is you're let's assume that a particular party in the city has 60% of the registration. By saying you can only 2, you're actually limiting the participation of that party. You're not required to, these are only limits. And sometimes we have difficulty attracting people for these boards and commissions. So you're not mandated, even if it's 3, you're not mandated to have 3, but it gives you more flexibility. And I agree with you, you wanna have people who are committed regardless of what their political affiliation.
So do we need to change, because it says here no more than, if we change it to 3, no more than, keep it at 3 as it's revised, members of the commission shall be? Do we wanna keep shall then?
No more
Maybe.
than shall be.
Oh,
That's fine.
that's fine,
More
okay.
than-
I mean, you could say, or
Yeah.
may or shall operates the same
It's
way.
gonna operate.
So
In
you can
that-
have
in that
2 and
context,
2
it
and
Let me
doesn't-
tell you the way.
So we could have technically 3 Democrats, 1 Republican, 1 unaffiliated, that's fine.
Yeah.
I get
Or
it.
you
Or
can
you, well, or you can have 3 Republicans,
Yeah.
1 Democrat, and 1 unaffiliate, right? I mean,
Or you could have 2.
you could have 3 unaffiliates,
Well,
and
you
one,
can-
you know.
As long as they're ethical individuals, I don't give a damn. what
Actually,
it's from.
under that rule, you can have 5 unaffiliates because they have no party registration. I mean,
Right.
Let me get you the language from the Connecticut statute, let's try to mirror that with
Why
different
are we
numbers.
cutting from 7 to 5?
It's
Well-
just easier for a quorum.
We originally had 5, and the language that I looked at mostly online it was typical to have 5. And I was gonna propose that the 2 be alternates, but I would rather just stick with 5.
what's your thinking on that? Because I actually liked the 7 because I thought
I
it
did
got
too.
more people involved.
That's what I thought too.
But then
In
the
a
quorum
very
issue.
critical area. How many of the minority parties are up for court action? As a practical matter, over the last 10 years. Are there any?
What do you mean court action?
The types of issues that come before an ethics commission.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Well, I'm not sure what types of issues you're talking about, because if
Well,
it's an election issue, it doesn't come to them, it goes to the SEC or the state. If it's a issue involving an employee or an officer, you're absolutely correct. You will not have many minority party members because they're not elected. In order to be an officer, you have to get elected.
But we're blending two issues now. We're talking about what should the balance be between, among parties and whether there should be a cap. But you raise a different issue, which is just, never mind party affiliation, how many should there be? Should there be 5 or 7? And were you saying you preferred 7?
I did.
Why?
I just thought that we'd get a larger group of people dealing with a serious issue in the city.
That's what I thought too, but.
That's what I thought.
This is not substantive, it's just a matter of like how many, yeah, I mean, 5 is a small body relative to our other commissions. I don't know any other
It
commissions.
It is
that
that
we have.
now.
Listen,
It is that
Yeah,
now.
We have
It's
a
that
hard,
now.
we have a hard time with 8 members. We're now at 6, and we're having a hard time on the clerk or getting other ones. So I think it'd be easier to get 5 members instead of extending it to 7 members. That's the concerns.
Well, if you have 7, you can do business with 4.
We have a hard time getting a quorum at times.
Well, I think the competition for a robust ethics commission who is out to prove something, who's out to serve the public and listen to the potential violations and instruct them.
I'm not, personally, I'm not stuck on 5. If we wanna go with 7, fine, but we have to pay attention to
Time.
making sure that we get them on the commission.
I understand.
Yeah, I mean, I have no strong feelings in either direction. I think quorum's an issue, but you wanna encourage participation of more people. I can go either way on this one.
And
Why don't we keep it at,
It doesn't help or hinder the
Yeah.
body, it's just a,
Before you decide how many you want from one party, you need to know how many you want overall.
I-
So that's the first question.
I honestly think that's a spam risk.
we'll turn it off.
I can't, but that's so.
Where's your volume?
I honestly think that, me personally, I'd rather stick with 5. I just feel more comfortable with 5, personally. Now, it's up to the commission to do as they please.
So do we wanna hear from, let's hear from those on the Dai or Terry or Joe. What are your thoughts?
Commissioners?
Yes, Joe, but we had pretty, I thought, discussion about going to 7 and, prior meeting, and, there's consensus to the 4 issues, you need 3 out of 5, 4 out of 7, we're asking for 1 more member, and, again, I think that our hope is that this is a body that's gonna do good work, represent, and my hope is that we get the right people that are gonna wanna show up for these meetings, so, I'd like to keep it at 7 myself, because I do think there's a lot,
Well, there are 4 of us at least who
I'm
are
fine.
talking about 7.
that's my thought.
All right, let's go with 7.
well, we just gotta make sure we push people, I think we have to push it.
And,
This is still-
announce to the unaffiliated that there's nothing stopping them from participating.
All right.
So if anybody has reticence about serving, this would be a great one to get your feet wet in and show up for service.
All right, assuming you're going with 7, Connecticut General Statute 9167A says the following. Except as otherwise provided, blah, blah, blah. The maximum number of members of any board, commission, committee, or similar body of the state or political subdivision, whether elective or appointed, who may be members of the same political party, shall be as specified in the following table. So I'd use the word may, that's what the statute uses. And for 7, it says it can be no more than 5. So the question is, you wanna move that to 4?
Yeah, that's too many.
4.
4.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, 5 is that's too much.
Okay, so then we are proposing to keep 7 members who are bona fide electors. And we are saying no more than,
4 may be members of a particular political party. Doesn't mean they have to be.
So
just
no
they
more
can't.
than 4
Maybe.
members of the commission may be a member of the same political party.
Right,
Okay.
maybe members, say, it may
Who would
be
like to
members
move
of the
this?
same political party.
I'd be happy to.
Yes, maybe, sorry.
And I'll second it.
All those in favor?
And I thank Tom for his comments on it.
Okay. So the motion on the table is to keep the 7. However, we are, changing 3 members may be of the same political party to 4 members may be of the same political party. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. So everything pretty much stays the same, right?
Mhm.
Okay, so we did vote on that. I'm going to have to clean this up later. The next, okay, so then they have, so for section 4, Ethics Commission training,
No, we have to go back.
to what?
The, terms, you have to
There's
accept
a
the
C
term
on
C.
page
You have to accept
113.
C.
You're still in section 3, Ethics Commission, C. We didn't, all we approved of was A and B.
There's a major issue in regards to the other part of that.
Wait, we did A and B.
But on page 13,
What's going on with them? There's 2 items. Okay, we did A, we did. A. We didn't, you're right, okay.
C.
So we're on to, hold on. So that was, well, part of the membership part we did just vote on. We voted on changing 3 to 4. So then we are on to
C.
C. Oh, this is different.
And those changes are acceptable in regards to,
Those changes stay, we did vote on them already.
except for,
Oh, no, we didn't vote on them.
we didn't.
So,
so we don't have to change anything about that internal 1 member, 2 member, 2 member, because I think.
well, we do have to approve it, though.
No, I understand, we don't have to change anything
They already
along with our 7.
Right. That can stay the same. And then all appointments thereafter shall be, that stays the same. Then we have down here, D. Does this change because of what we said, or no, it stays the same?
Quorum would be 4, yeah.
Okay.
And action would be 5, yeah.
That it says the Ethics Commission shall find no person in violation of any conduct except upon the concurring vote of 5 of its members. That's interesting.
Well, it's supermajority.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, but the quorum can be.
That's only for a finding of a violation.
Okay,
That's not on regular business and action of the commission. It's
Okay.
just on a
That's
violation.
right.
That's on after a hearing.
okay.
Yeah.
Are we okay with that?
So far.
Okay, so then.
Anybody who's offline or online have a comment on that?
So,
That's fine with me.
So good.
Hey, I'm good.
okay,
Diane?
Yes, I'm already as well.
so, 19, so do we wanna make a motion to approve C?
Before you do that, I have to raise an issue, and I hope I'm wrong, but I'm looking at the current, I'm concerned with C and the terms, and so I'm looking for the current terms of the current commissioners. We're not creating an entirely new commission, or are we?
We are.
Where,
Well, I guess
what
the
are we
big
doing
yard.
with the old people who are appointed, they just,
No, we'll
Cease to
well, this
exist.
is one of the other reasons why I was pushing for 7, is we'll have room to reappoint. We're basically reestablishing a commission,
okay.
and we'll just reappoint.
And a new commission.
Because, right, 'cause there are good people that currently
Right.
serve, and good honorable people.
Here's what's concerning me, we're talking
Mm-hmm.
about the appointments being effective March 1, but the charter is becoming effective January 1. Am I,
Well, what'll so you're saying there's an interregnum?
there's gonna be
A 3-month period in which there's
allowed
there's
to-
no ethics in
allowed-
Bridgeport, I mean,
well, I don't know.
I mean, like.
You just allow the old ethics commission to continue.
I mean, arguably, to your point, until the new commission's appointed, arguably the language that says their holdovers, I guess, might be inactive, it may be active, but
Usually, when you have this type of language with staggered terms, it's when you're doing an entirely new startup. Now, we did something similar years ago when we combined planning and zoning. And I honestly, let me just see how they addressed it there.
it was a transitional provision,
Right.
which I was trying to like avoid us getting into
All
all
right,
that
well,
nonsense. No, but I
As
agree
long
with
as the
you.
current members are recognizing that their terms are gonna be truncated.
Terminated and they start the new.
Well,
And they may or may not.
here's the question.
New appointees.
Let's go down the hypothetical train wreck that we could be in. The mayor makes an appointment to the whatever commission. The council sends it to ethics, and the mayor sends it to ethics, and the miscellaneous committee's voting on it. And we're not at March 1st yet, and the new commission hasn't been appointed. Is the vote of the old ethics commission valid, in your view, if we do nothing else?
Because it says that the new ethics commission shall be seated March 1st.
Without doing what you're talking about, which is the transitional provision.
Well, the problem is that the charter says it becomes effective January 1, which means effective January 1, you're supposed to have a 7-member board.
Well, then should we just change the state to January 1 now? That's not to
How are
say,
you gonna get appointments? Well, I guess.
The
Well,
council-
amendments
I
are
guess the old
actually,
commissioners would be holdovers.
it says, so,
for a commission
I don't know
that
who gave me
does
this.
not exist.
someone gave me this, but then
It'll
after
exist as a
30 days,
primary one.
it's 30 days.
Or could we view this as
So
not
it's
a,
really
we're
December.
reconstituting the board, but really what we're doing is we're reconstituting the terms, because to your point, it's the same exact commission. So we're really just reconstituting the terms. And in order to get around the issue of people that are in the positions now which have appointments, we'll just reappoint those people so that they don't have a claim that they're being
But they would be
unduly harmed.
reappointed. Tommy would be reappointed to the
Give me
year,
one
the
second,
way
I
this,
just
the
wanna
way this
see how
works,
we
the 1, the 2.
Dealt with it in planning.
So the issue really is, between January 1, when the new charter takes effect, and March, what happens? How do you get any commissions to any other boards and commissions through the council? Because the ethics commission needs to vote on them all. So for 3 months, do we have no appointments to anything? And by the way, just to add,
Why
more
can't they
problems.
just finish out the work until?
how did the ethics commissioners make it to the ethics commission when the ordinance requires that the ethics commission vote on them?
Here's the way they did it for planning and zoning. When we combined them back in, it doesn't tell me when we did it, but we did it years ago. The language says, there shall be a plan established, there'll be a planning and zoning commission appointed by the mayor, blah, blah, blah. It says, except as provided in subsections B and D, planning and zoning commissions shall serve for a term of 3 years from the first day of January following their appointment. Then it says, the initial planning and zoning commission shall consist of all persons serving on the former planning commission and the former zoning commission on January 1 of 1993. Such persons shall serve for the balance of the terms for which they were originally appointed or elected, as the case may be. The term of each commissioner who previously served on the former planning commission shall expire on date. And then it says the appointment of new commission, then we stagger. So,
Oh, that's interesting. So maybe that's the best way. So what we'll do is we can reconstitute the terms for any vacancies we have right now. Well, we might
Are
be able
you
to solve it
looking
all
at
by just.
section 11?
no, I'm looking at an ordinance.
Old
We
ordinance.
did this by ordinance.
Because because I went to the planning and zoning in here, and it did say some of that too. It says all existing members whose terms have not expired shall constitute the new planning and zoning
Okay,
commission
so it's in there as well.
until the expiration.
Well, that gets around my other issue, which is as we make appointments to the new body with the new terms, how do those members get appointed properly if they haven't gone through ethics? Because no ethics commission
Well,
exists.
if the old people continue to serve,
Then we solve that problem
we
too.
solve that
So we
problem.
solve two
Well,
problems.
so should we take that line then?
I think
Yeah.
we should make sure that the current commissioners serve out their terms. And then even if their term expires, they serve as holdovers until replaced
So,
or reappointed.
So what,
all
so,
existing members whose terms have not expired shall constitute the new ethics commission until the expiration of their term. That's what's written for.
Yes. And then the question is, where's that best placed? The mayor shall make initial nominations, all reappointments thereafter are 4 years.
Under C, that's the last line of C. Because we're talking about terms, and this is a very temporary term type of issue.
as it stands right now, the Ethics Commission, each of them have a 4-year term, correct?
Tell you in a second, I believe so. Establishment, there is a state commission, it's just, it's quite interesting. I'm reading the ethics ordinance, you ready? There is established a commission on ethics consisting of 7 members. Just so you know, doesn't say 5.
Who's this city's ordinance?
Yes.
Yeah.
7 members, all of whom shall be resident electors of the city, blah, blah, blah. Now, and the ordinance says, of the 7, no more than 4 shall be of the same political party. This is our current ordinance. And then it gets into some more particular stuff.
Look at us breaking new ground.
You've got
We're just wasting time.
We're setting it straight. Here we go.
You've got some
Setting
more
it right.
interesting stuff that you don't have in the charter, but that's why you don't need to get into all this detail in the charter, because you can do an ethics ordinance, you can create an ethics commission by ordinance. It also has language which we don't have in the charter, and maybe it should be in an ordinance. It says, no member of the commission shall, 1, hold or campaign for any public office or any office in a political party or political committee, or be a member of any organization or association organized primarily for the purpose of influencing legislation or decisions of public agency. And 2, have held or have been a candidate for public office or office in any political party or political committee, blah, 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 for a 2-year period prior to appointment. So we have all this limiting language now in
Is
the
that
ordinance.
Discussed it and was called
That's in the ordinance.
Is it
unconstitutional.
legal?
It was
Yeah.
called
I
unconstitutional,
don't see
and we
why not.
discussed it.
I thought we said that you're not allowed to prevent people from engaging in the political process.
I think there's an exception for ethics.
And what we
You
have
want
it,
people
what we
hate
have it says, I'm gonna get to you,
But I'll
John.
go to the enabling legislation.
I'm just balancing my arms.
Go ahead, John.
Had the left hand up.
Go ahead.
Thank you. I'm just asking, under what was just read to us, that supposedly is in our current document.
Not in this.
If I'm a member, if I'm an officer of the NAACP, which is as vice president, which if I am, which is a 501c4 organization, not a 501c3 organization, is that political activity? If I write or
Well,
I speak for them, would that prevent me from from being part of an ethics commission?
It could, because this language, I haven't read the charter of the NAACP, you probably have and would know it, but I assume
Not yet.
I assume it lobbies for legislation, amongst other things.
Yes, and I have different regard for, I'm looking for the 501c3 opportunities as opposed to the 501c4. But that's what I'm asking, because, but that language is not in, it's in our current ordinance?
It is.
Interesting.
Well-
Can you email that?
There's also a difference though between, being a candidate for office and being a member of a political organization or having a certain political ideology. One is far more dangerous than the other in terms of restricting what their ability to.
Well, that's the second question that I would ask, spurred on by that. If I am helping at being a treasurer for one or more candidates for political office, would that prevent me from serving on an ethics commission?
I mean, yeah, I mean, really, don't you need a compelling interest?
No member of the commission shall hold or campaign, I guess that means for himself, for any public office, or an office in any political party, like town committee, town chairman, etc., or be a member of an organization or association organized primarily for the purpose of influencing legislation or decisions of public agencies. I'm not sure that the NAACP comes under that. It might be one of the functions, I don't think it's the primary function.
No.
Didn't we try
I
to
don't
put
think that was-
language like that in?
Well, there was language about, and I thought you commented, there was specific language that basically says, you can't be a member of one of the local town committees, and we all jumped in and said that was unconstitutional. You're discriminating against people based on their affiliation with an organization. Where does someone's right to associate under the First Amendment fall?
Well, now you go to 7421E, which, let me jump to 7421E.
Of course.
Then we gotta go look at 7148 and see if there's an exception for ethics commissions. But hang on.
Are you, the
These are all,
language, can you email the,
I can, but I can't do it as I'm reading them.
but when you get
I'll
it?
send you that language, I'll send you the statutes, but it won't be until I'm done with.
But the other things I'll say is this, to the extent this conversation matters, we don't necessarily need to deal with all. What we did is we did put in a supermajority requirement for council approval, one. And two, there's still an ethics ordinance to be adopted by the council which can further address some of these matters. Not everything needs to be in the charter. I feel like we keep going down that slippery slope by accident of slipping into what else we should write here and forgetting that there's an ordinance.
And what Tom was referencing was 7421, which says political activities. Now, this isn't all, this is classified municipal employees. It doesn't apply to members of the general public, but it does say, any municipal employee shall have the right to serve on any governmental body of the town in which such employee resides, except any body which has responsibility for direct supervision of such employee. In other words, if you're a police officer, you can't sit on the police commission. You sit on the fire commission, but not the police commission. And then it says, notwithstanding the provisions of this section, no such employee shall serve on any of the following unless such employee is permitted to serve pursuant to the provisions of a municipal charter or home rule ordinance, or serves because of membership on the legislative body of the municipality. And the first one is any board of finance created by a special act or municipal charter. The second is any body exercising zoning powers So if you're an employee, you can't sit on the P and Z. Any body exercising land use powers, special act, municipal charter, any body regulating inland wetlands. And then it says, any municipality may by ordinance adopted by its legislative body authorize such employees to serve on any body exercising zoning powers. But you have to do it. by
But I guess,
ordinance.
looking at all this though, what it sounds like is it's governing employees. So really, we're outside of this statute.
Yes.
So now we're just doing a First Amendment analysis, and we're saying, can this Charter Revision Commission propose language that basically restricts the right of association? And I don't see why that would be so. Just because you're a member of the
Well,
Republican Town Committee doesn't mean you're
Let's now
unethical.
go to the enabling statute for ethics commissions under the state and see if that's where the power arises from.
We
So-
have, it seems that if time and
Yeah.
retail.
Okay,
We need to
so
move into-
And
we,
F, I've got a problem with F.
well, I need to go back to vacancies.
That's what we're
Where
talking
is,
about.
where is that at?
That is,
That's on page
Page
13.
no, but it's
Where
up,
is
it's,
vacancy?
so here's what, so the F was taken out and then moved up to whenever a vacancy occurs for any reason, it shall be filled in accordance with the provisions of the charter. I would like to add something,
Where was it moved up to?
Wait, it's F here, where did it
it's
go?
C.
It's
F became C,
Oh, F became
at the
C.
bottom of C in
And
red.
now I think it's a
Oh,
little bit
okay.
clunky.
Okay.
If vacancies are not filled as per the provisions of this charter, the Ethics Commission shall nominate a qualified individual by majority vote to be appointed by the appointing authority, whoever it is.
When?
By the next scheduled,
Oh, yeah, I forgot to write
commission,
that.
by
By the
the
next
next scheduled
city
meeting
council
of
meeting.
council. So what we're making sure happens is that it doesn't become defunct, as I discussed in the past. That the Parks Commission was defunct for 7 months, okay? It's just making sure that the commission itself can send up to the council a nominee. Now, if 30 days is not, if the next scheduled meeting is not enough, then the next succeeding meeting. So that within at least 8 months,
Okay.
you have somebody appointed. Now, that's just because this commission is so important, any commission is important. But I know my commission that I sit on the Parks Board, in the past, it took 7 months to get a quorum.
Wait, can you go back to city count, so majority vote to be appointed by the city council at its,
Next,
Next.
I would say next succeeding
Schedule.
schedule
Now,
meeting.
now, Tom and Mark can be our guides on this, but will the Ethics Commission go direct to the council and wait for the council to appoint to appoint this to a subcommittee for their review?
oh, I have
They
no.
would go to municipal matters, or what is that?
Miscellaneous matters, right?
So, yeah,
So don't we contemplate if they're making a nomination?
So give 2 months.
so here's, okay, you know how I feel about this and how the council feels about this. We're not really thrilled with the idea of self-appointment, but given
This is
the
just a
reasonableness
little
of the conversation we've been having, I'm willing to play ball with you guys. But I have a, in the spirit of compromise, but I
90
have a,
days?
but I just wanna make sure that we're making sense of this, because then one day somebody's gonna sit down and read this thing and say, how does this
Okay.
work?
So
And the
it's,
first thing I would do logically is I would go to our chapter 2, and I would say, how does a vacancy get filled? And it says the mayor fills it. And then it says, but if he doesn't fill it within 3 months, then the council gets to act.
Exactly.
So then I would say, okay, here, we wanna make reference to,
Okay,
the
tell me
council
that-
hasn't done something,
The 3 months.
so do we wanna say, if pursuant to chapter 2, Section 6C, the city council has not made a nomination within 3 months, then the ethics commission may, by majority vote, nominate someone to fill the vacancy, however we say that the
Yes,
best.
that's.
Something like that.
That's fine,
That's fine.
that's perfectly fine, that's exactly what we had to begin with.
Okay, good. Now, I just wanted to make sense, because otherwise, if
Can you,
if we say just within 90 days this needs to happen, well, which 90 days? The first 90
Well, we
days,
give
the
it,
next 90 days?
we
the-
give 3 months to
Okay.
the mayor, 3
So-
months to the legislature. If they don't act, it goes to the ethics commission to act upon it. Now,
so then
this
do you
should not
want
happen.
that, stop, do you want that language put back in, or,
I have another thought too.
Oh,
3
Lord.
months. Some months have 30 days, some have 31, some have
90
27.
days?
90
So we
days.
should, no, but I'm saying, you know, even in subsection, chapter 2, we should change 3 months to 90 days.
All right.
Just
Yeah,
a
that would
random
be bad.
thought. So I wouldn't know how to implement that either, so the vacancy occurs on March 15th, well, what's the deadline? I have no idea.
okay, so what, can we go back to that section what, section 2?
Okay, so on page 16,
No, I wanna go to the first one that you just mentioned, I wanna put it in my notes. You said we have to go back to another chapter.
yeah,
Original.
so page 16,
It is?
Yep.
Oh, because it's still
It's out
not,
of
yeah,
order,
yeah,
yeah.
sorry.
so on
Okay.
page 16, section 6, term of office, subsection C, it says, except as otherwise provided in this charter by state law, whenever a vacancy shall arise on any board or commission, the nomination,
Change 3 months to 90 days.
the mayor shall fill the vacancy for the remainder of the unexpired term. If the mayor fails to make a nomination to fill such vacancy within 3 months, I would like to make a motion to amend that to 90 days
A second.
of the existence of the vacancy. The city council shall make a nomination to fill the remainder of the unexpired term, period. So that's good, so I make
Whoa,
a,
whoa, 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 wait, okay.
so I just make a motion to change 3 months to 90 days there.
So let's do it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
That's 6C.
C,
only.
correct. Now,
6C only in chapter 2, the new 2.
Oh, okay, that's passed.
Alright,
now, to address your issue on page 13,
where are we, wait, oh, yes.
Vacancy.
I'm gonna look to marked up.
Can you say it slowly and I will type it?
Okay, so something like, let's see.
So we're
So
just,
whenever a vacancy
whoa,
occurs
whoa, 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 okay. Mhm.
for any reason, it shall be filled, so I propose leaving what's there with a comma, ready? So it would say something like, whenever a vacancy occurs for any reason, it shall be filled in accordance with the provisions of this charter, comma, except that if the city council fails to nominate fails to make a nomination, I just want to hear the other language, make a nomination to fill a vacancy
Within 90 days.
on the ethics commission, just to be specific that it only applies to this one,
Okay.
on the ethics commission within 90 days pursuant to chapter 2, section 6C, comma, then the ethics commission may comma, by majority vote, nominate, hold on, sorry, may make a nomination, just trying to keep the same language, may make a nomination
To the ethics commission.
to fill the remainder of the unexpired term. To fill the remainder, I can reread the whole thing.
No, okay, that's good.
That's on C, right?
Mhm.
Page 13.
Page, that's a good, yeah.
That would be F.
It would be-
So,
Wait, would it still be, so then this would be part of the C?
this would be part of C, so it'll say,
So we're not doing,
I'll read the whole thing through, all
Wait.
appointments,
remainder of the term,
unexpired term.
unexpired.
So the whole thing would say, all appointments shall thereafter be for a 4-year term. Whenever a vacancy occurs for any reason, it shall be filled in accordance with the provisions of this charter, comma, except that if the city council fails to make a nomination to fill a vacancy on the ethics commission within 90 days pursuant to chapter 2(6)(c), comma, then the ethics commission may, comma, by majority vote, comma, make a nomination to fill the remainder of the unexpired term.
Sounds fabulous.
So,
Question.
Yes. Go ahead, Terry.
Based upon what I heard from, section 6B, that section pertains to the mayor making the,
Appointment.
filling that vacancy. Now, if we're going back to section 4, pursuant to chapter 2, section 6B, and it's now reading that the commission, ethics commission can fill it. Isn't that a conflict?
So the way it's,
That's the same language.
so let's start in chapter 2. Chapter 2, as we wrote it now, says, whenever a vacancy occurs, the mayor appoints. But if the mayor doesn't make an appointment, a nomination, it doesn't even have to make its way all the way through. He just needs to nominate somebody within 90 days. If he doesn't nominate within 90 days, then the council may, or may not, but they may now they have the power to put somebody up if the mayor fails to act. And now this language, and only for ethics, if the mayor, if there's a vacancy occurs, so somebody resigns, passes away, whatever, there's a vacancy for any reason, the mayor has 90 days to make a nomination. If after 90 days he doesn't do anything, now that triggers the council's power under chapter 2. They have 90 days. If they don't act within 90 days, so now a total of 120 days, now,
180 days.
90, no, oh yeah, duh, I don't know how to, let the record show, I don't know how to add. Then, within 180 days, then the commission can make a nomination. It's still subject to a council vote, of course, and all that, but
Right.
it's just about, this is about the nomination process.
Right, but what I'm saying is, when you're adding this pursuant to chapter 2, section 6C, that language is changed in there. That's what I'm asking, because if you're pursuant to chapter 2, section 6C, it should refer back to what we originally said as the term of the office, and that was, like you said, would go to the 180. But if something in that should be, if they fail to, then the ethics committee should da-da-da-da-da-da.
Well, the language that we just proposed says that, except that if the city council fails to make a nomination to fill the vacancy on the ethics commission within 90 days, with accordance with chapter 2, subsection 6C, then the ethics commission may do it. Now, I'm wondering, wait, what's this say, to fill a vacancy?
Hold on, Reverend.
To make a you know what, it might be clearer if we change it to 180 days in total from the point of vacancy. And the reason I say that is because it's just super clear that we're adding 90 days and 90 days, because one could, although I don't think it's the better reading, could read them as concurrent. And so like one way we could do this is we say, except that if the city council fails to make a nomination to fill the vacancy on the ethics commission within 180 days of the vacancy.
That's where you put 180 days.
Yeah, I don't know if that's what Reverend was trying to get at, but that might make better, it's clearer language.
Rather than, so
Within a total of 180 days.
Right, so the new language would be, except that if the city council fails to make a nomination to fill a vacancy on the ethics commission within
The
one
90
hundred
day,
and 80 days.
or the 90-day period successive to the mayor's.
Well, that's
No.
where you get into the clunkiness. I agree with you, you're saying the same thing, but when you say just within 180 days of the vacancy, period. Now you don't even need to reference chapter 2.6C anymore, it doesn't matter.
All I'm saying is I think the pursuant to this chapter has to come before you're saying, because if the pursuing, I hear what you're saying, that the commission within 90 days, right?
But we're now, okay, go ahead, sorry.
And then you're saying pursuant to.
No, we're not.
I think the pursuant to chapter
We-
Aren't we taking?
We're gonna-
didn't have to come before and then say something to
Oh,
the
I see what
fact
you're
of
saying.
if the vacancy, you know what I mean, the commission failed to do it within the 90 days.
All right,
Because then it shows that the mayor had 90 days, and then the council had 90 days.
fine, so what if we tried this, Rev? Except that if the city council fails to make a nomination pursuant to chapter 2.6C to fill the vacancy on the ethics commission within 180 days of the vacancy, then the ethics
The
commission may
ethics
by
commission
majority
may
vote.
vote.
Yeah, I think that is, it's just the way it's flowing.
The only thing I'd suggest, Tom, is you say if neither the mayor nor the council within
Yeah.
180 days, because you said the mayor retains the power.
Right, it's
Also.
concurrent powers,
Yeah,
right,
that's what
okay,
I'm saying, it's just-
Okay, so let's hear it again.
okay.
Wait,
Hold
hold
on,
on, hold on.
I'm just gonna read this internally once. and
Yeah,
make sure
read it
it's
internally and then
accepted
I'll-
if the mayor or
I'll
city
type it
council fails to make a nomination.
those lifesavers for
Mhm.
Because I think what I'm looking at is we're on 13, and we haven't even got to section 6 to pursuant to chapter 2, if that's on page 16. So I think the pursuant to may be what I'm struggling with.
Oh, so we are moving, so ethics is gonna be chapter 3 now, and then,
So section 2, chapter
Section-
2 will be ahead of it.
right,
Which
chapter 2 will be ahead now.
No, I'm just going by what you guys were saying. If you're looking at page
Oh.
13 and you're looking at page 16, that's all I'm saying.
No, I understand, but that's with the copy that we have in front of us.
Oh, okay.
But,
Okay.
Yeah.
but chapter 2 will precede chapter 3 in the final.
I'll even move it up, just to Reverend's point about citing it way up front, we'll just cite it way up front.
Yeah,
Here we
that's a
go.
good idea.
Alright, so, I think I got it. Correct me if I'm wrong,
Thank you.
here we go, so
Wait.
pursuant to chapter 2.6C. Okay.
Good.
Okay. Okay. All appointments shall thereafter be a 4-year term. Whenever a vacancy occurs for any reason, it shall be filled in accordance with the provisions of this charter, comma, except that if pursuant to chapter 2.6C, comma, the mayor or the city council fails to make a nomination to fill the vacancy on the ethics commission within 180 days of the existence of the vacancy, comma, then the ethics commission may by majority vote make a nomination to fill the remainder of the unexpired term. I didn't hear any sigh from the back.
Well, that's, sounded okay with me.
Say it one more time,
Yeah.
hold on,
Say it one more time.
wait a minute. Say it one more time.
She's gonna.
Oh, I can't even.
No, you can't do that.
Record with
I
it.
got
Well,
people
you're
on.
being recorded.
I know,
right?
but I need the language now, not in here. No, you gotta open it, I don't know your phone.
Oh, you don't know
Stop being
everybody's
pushy.
phone?
I don't have his password.
I can turn it off like that.
Go.
Okay, can you go to notes? Go to your notes section.
Hold on a second.
Do you have notes?
Here you go.
Now we do it. I'll let you do
I got the answer in the other stuff.
it.
For what it's worth, while you're
We can't
waiting
go
on
back.
that,
Can,
7-1.
no, not right now.
Okay, I'll hold it, if I don't forget.
I make a motion that we amend chapter 3, section 3C to state the following. Whenever a vacancy occurs for any reason, comma, it shall be filled in accordance with the provisions of this charter, comma, except that if pursuant to chapter 2, subsection 6C, the mayor or city council fails to make a nomination to fill a vacancy on the ethics commission within 180 days of the existence of the vacancy, comma, the ethics commission may, by majority vote, make a nomination to fill the remainder of the unexpired term.
Is there a second? I second it.
I'm seconding it.
All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
Would you mind if I had Terry be the seconder of this, just for the record,
Yeah, no
since
problem.
she offered that?
Great, yeah,
And you're, yeah.
I don't.
that's fine.
Okay,
Thank you.
so that
Nice.
got passed, and,
We're eliminating
okay,
D.
I need you to, there we are.
And by the way, what that does is, it helps with the problem, if you have 7 people and we're worried about getting a quorum, this further pushes the issue of filling, so it kind of resolves the other debate.
Right, I will put that up, great, all right, the next section I would like to go to is the deleted G.
Can I just give you your answer?
Oh, yes,
on
I'm
the-
sorry.
That's all right.
I forgot.
7148 does not give us guidance on what the commission looks like. It simply says, by ordinance, municipalities are authorized to adopt a code of ethics. That's all it says.
Yes,
But when you go look at the state ethics, the citizen advisory board members for the state, under Connecticut General Statute 1-80, it says specifically for that, no member shall be a state employee or employee of said board, no member shall be a state employee. No member shall hold or campaign for any public office, have held public office, or been a candidate for public office for 3 years prior to appointment, hold office in any political party or committee, or been a member of blah, blah, blah. So that's where that language came from. Whether it's a violation of freedom of association, if so, the state's doing it too, that's all.
Well,
all
I
we,
think office holding is interesting, that does seem to me to be different.
all we have is, no member of this commission shall be an officer or employee of the city, nor shall they be the principal or immediate family member of a principal of any business entity or
Okay.
organization
Well,
currently doing business or seeking to do business with the city.
now, the
And that
reason,
was passed by the the
And we already have a
council.
rule that says like city council
but
members
the
can't serve.
reason why we put this other language prohibiting people being politically active in a party and or running for public office is you do not want to populate your ethics commission with political activists who are going to use the forum to get retribution against people that might have beat them in a campaign or
So,
something.
So are you
So
saying, because
what-
right now it does say officers, so what do you, or you wanna add?
candidates.
Well, we have a lot of language in our existing ordinance. The question is, maybe the best way to do it would be to put some language in the charter that says the city council may by ordinance impose other restrictions upon the makeup of this body in terms of political or political activity, something like that.
Makes sense.
Because we may want to tweak the language we have in the ordinance, but I don't want somebody to be able to argue that the only restrictions you have in the charter say you gotta be a resident elector and you can't hold an office. We may want to put some of this other stuff. You know, I don't think you want somebody who's politically active or an active candidate sitting in judgment of the person that beat them. Doesn't make sense.
Yes.
Okay, I have a proposal then.
And this sort of ties in with your transition language anyway, Tom.
You're right, no, I
Hold on,
agree.
Tom.
I gotta trade you, can you send me, remember the charter language you're copying from planning and zoning? You can email that to me when you get a chance. I didn't write
I
that
don't
one
have
down.
that, oh,
That one line that you did, that was the, everyone who's on the commission now will continue to serve. That was
yes.
a great way, you said it perfectly, and I didn't write it down. So,
It's on page,
Hey,
oh, you just read from that?
I just read from the book, it's in here.
Okay, I'll find it.
I'm sorry, and I can't
just-
find the page now. What,
Okay.
we said planning and zoning, right? I have it. You know what, I'm gonna read that into there and then we'll send that to Tom. Where did it go? I don't even know what page. I just so happened to pop it on the page, find it.
Franny, so if I don't know
Yep.
if anyone else can hear.
We can hear you.
No, I couldn't hear what the attorney was saying.
So there was language that we found in planning and zoning that we are adding, and
And in regards to what
Gotta
the
find the page.
attorney was saying, it has to do with political involvement in activity, and whether or not we want to by ordinance.
So if a person, I think I heard something like if they're working for the state,
Well,
they can't be on
They-
a commission, or is that?
now, that was the state version, but ours would be a local version of that.
Work for the city.
Okay, okay.
But I
Which
think
is,
the main restriction,
If someone's working for the state, they couldn't be on.
That's the state version.
I don't believe our current ordinance, I don't have that in front of me, but I don't believe our current ordinance says you can't be a city employee. I think what it says is you can't hold or have run for public office or be a member or hold an office in a political party. So we can refine that and tweak it, but I think what we wanna do is simply put a placeholder that says the city council by ordinance may adopt additional restrictions on the office holding and political activity of appointees to the commission.
Well, here's what I was gonna propose,
Sure.
Mark, is in subsection 3B,
hold on, we wanna get what you're gonna say.
Okay,
How do I make him?
okay, at the end of section 3B, membership, add a new paragraph which states, quote, "The city council may, comma, by ordinance, comma, impose additional qualifications or limitations on who may serve on the ethics commission, period."
fine, and as long as they're within those grounds, they'll be legal.
Anything could be a qualification or limitation, yeah, and then.
That's a good.
Is this after?
Because it could be other stuff beyond what we're talking about political activity, and maybe other things you wanna think about. You couldn't have been an employee for a certain amount of time, it could be,
Just don't leave it completely open, say other appropriate qualifications, or other reasonable qualifications. They can't say you can't sit there if you're in 100,000 a year.
right,
Gotta
so
be-
it may impose
It might be
additional,
implicit.
I mean, yeah, it's.
Ability
Forget it,
reasonable
forget it,
apply.
forget it. It's
Wait, what do you,
implicit.
so what are we saying?
No,
It's
my amendment, or my proposal stands.
Okay.
Yes, and it's simple.
So-
All those in favor? Is there a second to that?
second.
All those in favor of the motion to amend section and put in section 3B regarding ordinance for additional qualifications to sit on the commission, the ethics commission, signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed?
And that's under C.
That's under, it's a new paragraph under
D.
3D, we went backwards,
Okay.
sorry. Okay.
Okay. Now I'd like to go to
F,
F, and I have some, while it is taken off, we strongly feel that there needs to be something said there about council. So, so this is my suggestion, no, go with your suggestion and then I'll suggest that.
Where is it?
Wait, I wanna put this on your phone.
Sent it to you.
Oh, yeah, you did. You did send me that.
No,
Okay.
this is just as a preface to this, we're just trying to give as much authority to the Ethics Commission as possible. The Parks Commission has all the authority over the parks and stuff, and that has not gone hog wild. Now, all we're doing with ethics is giving them authority over ethics in the city of Bridgeport. Okay, so, it's not an issue of trying to give them so much power that they're gonna go hog wild. This is just
Can you,
giving them,
can you read it, and then we'll decide where to.
go ahead, where is it?
In consultation with the city attorney's office, the Ethics Commission may by majority vote hire independent legal counsel as may be deemed necessary. That's what he's proposing.
And I'd like to put in some other language, because different
Well,
language.
can we just talk about this and do you
Yeah,
agree with this or you wanna add to it?
I wanna add to it,
Okay?
and I thought a way to handle it is rather than authorize it up front, because Taisha and the lawyers here have made a point that the Ethics Commission gets the same service from
Yep.
her office that all other boards and commissions get, and it's fair-minded and it's equal treatment. So, after exhausting existing council alternatives, including the city attorney representation on a given matter, council, as a majority, deems necessary, may hire independent legal counsel. In other words, I wanna make sure they've gone through steps before they get there.
Well,
Because the notes, when people are directed to look at the minutes of the meetings where the laws were created, as 20 years later, wondering why are we where we are, what I'm saying is I have respect for the councils, both currently as well as the lawyer-to-be, right? The legal mind-to-be, he's already here on our commission. But, and so I want to trust, but I want to make sure that the Ethics Commission is in a truly different situation than so that's why I say, after exhausting existing council alternatives, including the city attorney representation or appointment of an outside independent counsel, the Ethics Commission,
Wait, can you pause for a second? I would like to get what you're saying on this, so that we have the wording.
after exhausting
You need to wait. I wanna get the language.
Oh, well.
But I
Well,
also,
while we're debating,
But
I'm
can
writing
I-
something,
so I have something too,
okay, we all have.
alright? So I like what you're saying, but instead of exhausting blah, 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 I would like to say, so actually, can you say what you said so that I can then do what,
one final time,
please?
after the Ethics Committee may, comma, after exhausting existing legal counsel alternatives, including the city attorney's representation or offer of an independent counsel, comma, by majority vote, hire as they deem necessary.
Okay,
Just use it.
alright,
And
So,
I'm trying to make sure that,
oh my
that this
God.
is not a
This
gut,
is not even coming.
a gut response, that, hey, this is the yellow brick road. you
Okay,
know?
so I don't wanna say after exhausting legal counsel alternatives, why don't we just say
Review.
after exhausting,
Review,
after, but real, so basically we have in chapter 8, section 4, there's language about this. So I think we need to reference that language and say after exhausting all I don't know, procedures in accordance with chapter 8, section 4.
I don't know what page is that on?
Can you get back to this? Chapter 8 is the law department, section 4. It's, all that language is there. And, so, and then putting in an independent counsel by majority vote may be hired as deemed necessary. So, it's kinda clunky, but,
I don't want them going out bragging that we've got something that other people don't have.
Well, the
right, but
commission-
that's why you have to,
To a
you have to
certain-
state,
To a certain extent, the commission needs, because because of what it represents, it needs that, it's part of the teeth of the ethics commission. It needs to be set apart from the other commissions because of its importance in overseeing the ethics of the city of Bridgeport,
But then,
that we know is out of control.
well.
and I see, yes. However, like I was stating before, in the document, section 8, chapter 4, chapter 4, section 8, it does tell us what's supposed to be there. But, I like what John was saying about after section, chapter 4, section 8 is exhausted, the commission should be able to hire.
Okay, I have a proposal, again, in the spirit of compromise, you know how I feel about this.
Hold on a second, and we greatly.
And here's my
We
thing,
greatly
I think we
appreciate
need
it.
to have something written in there, I don't think it should be crossed out, I think we have to have something about legal counsel
So
written
I'm
in
gonna- I
there.
wanna see what Diane has to say.
Ready?
Hold on,
Here's my proposal.
nice,
Okay,
slow.
it's a little long. I would motion that we add to section 3 a new subsection F now. That would say, quote, in the event of an internal conflict of interest within the office of the city attorney, comma, when there is a novel or complex issue of law, comma, or when otherwise required under chapter 8 subsection 4 or of this charter or the professional rules of responsibility, comma, the city attorney shall, comma, in consultation with the ethics commission, comma, appoint independent legal counsel to handle such matter, period.
If I might just add, that is consistent with the hiring of outside legal counsel for the city council and the board of ed. In other words, you don't have laypersons hiring an attorney. You have the city attorney doing it, but doing it in consultation with the client. We don't hire somebody for the city council that they don't want. We don't hire somebody, right now, the board of ed has an RFP out, where the city attorney and the deputy city attorney sit with 8 other people from the board of ed, and they collectively interview, at the end of which they will mutually hire somebody that the board of ed is comfortable funding.
We're fine.
And it will be the same thing here. So that's what Tom's does.
As long as you're putting.
And this covers a lot of different
Yeah.
issues that could come up, conflicts of interest, issues under ethics that are unknown to the office, like Tasha talked about, or other reasons that one might cite for needing independent counsel, and the city attorney has to work with the commission to hire to retain
And in the
independent
past, it
counsel.
goes back more than a decade, but in the past, On a number of matters, we did hire an outside ethics attorney, but we did it after introducing and having that person interviewed by the commission, so they were comfortable with the hire. The person was eminently qualified.
Okay, that's
fine.
great.
That's fine.
So, you made a motion?
Second it.
John. Thank you, John. That's what I was looking for. And all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any
So that's
opposed?
one. Oh,
That would be F.
So the new
Is it
subsection
unanimous?
3F.
And it is unanimous.
Yeah, I said
All right, so hold on, I got.
Now, most of my points of order are correct. I'm fine.
Somebody seems to be smiling, but the record showed the
Yeah.
co-chairs.
or breathing,
one.
anyway.
Good.
Oh, but there's more. There's more.
It's a little bit more, there's a little bit more.
There's more. Okay, so we did that.
You're pressing your luck.
Old
Please
master is
go,
not
please
provided.
go to section, oh, it's now section 4. Oh, no, wait. We didn't vote on it. So section 4, which is, no, oh God.
The Office of Municipal Ethics.
Right, and so we did not vote on the change, putting A through E before the paragraphs
Right.
and add a comment between, and then in A, there was something, and I gotta find it.
Nothing in red.
But I said, so I said A, add a comment between funding and appointment, but. Okay, I'm gonna have to leave that one. Okay, so the next,
All right, we have to vote on section.
so here is what I would like to suggest. So for section, oh my God, what is it now?
E.
For section E in the no, actually,
Section 4, subsection E.
section 4,
Staffing.
no, but it's more than that. I would like to, so, if you look at A is fine. I wanna add the Office of so I took the language from the Office of the proposed language from the from the Legislative Office. The Office of
Yeah.
Legislative Services?
Yeah.
Okay, so I wanted to add, the Office of Municipal Ethics shall be provided with adequate space for its operation and shall be supplied with all equipment, incidentals, and a budget necessary for proper discharge of its duties to be paid from the general fund as appropriated. That was in the legislative, we talked about using copying the legislative office for the municipal office. So then it would say, the Ethics Commission shall, ensure compliance with, so that one we're keeping. Then the next one, in establishing a system of code of ethics, that stays. And then staffing. The director of the Office of Municipal Ethics shall be appointed by the Ethics Commission. The director of the Office of Municipal Ethics may have experience in ethics and law. The director shall be in the unclassified blah, 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 and all that is the same. Wait, let me make sure. And then it's, the director of the Office of Municipal Ethics shall be responsible for the day-to-day management and functions of the Office of Municipal Ethics. And then I added, because it was in the legislative office one, appointments and transfers to personnel. The director shall, subject to the provisions of chapter 17 of this charter, appoint subordinate staff necessary to carry out the Ethics Commission, and Ethics Code regulations, and shall be in the non-competitive division of that service. So because this was something that we had talked about changing to mirror the legislative office, so I can email everybody a copy of that change if you would like.
It merely mirrors what is going to be.
What was in-
charter regarding the legislative office.
Yeah.
That's-
I never loved the legislative office too. I mean, we're gonna start getting into whether or not we have to mandate in the charter they get supplied with pens and paper, but, I mean, it's fine, you know.
Why doesn't the word resources cover that?
Where?
No. Instead of pens and paper, machinery, we're talking about resources.
Adequate resources.
Yeah, that's already there.
Is that what it says? Yeah, members of the performances.
I thought.
I would like it to equal the same thing as the legislative
Right, I
office.
agree.
I want the same language.
I second
All right, well then, we can't pass 4 tonight. We've got to see it first thing at the next meeting.
Why?
that. We're gonna be working.
Because I want to see it.
Oh,
okay?
I'm sending it now.
Well, that doesn't mean that we're getting to
Doesn't have to.
see it, or that the 3 people who are online can see it and vote on it.
I would be, look, I'm
I'm
open
sensitive
to it,
to it.
and I would say, to John's point, if you can send that, I'm sure
That we
we'll
can vote on
find
it.
great compromise at the next
Okay,
meeting to get that done.
that's fine.
So
I'm
just
fine
for
with that.
efficiency purposes, because it's gonna, by the time you send
It
it
is
and
a
look
lot.
at it, and it's a lot of changes.
Okay,
Yeah.
So we finished ethics, except for section 4.
Yeah, that's it, and that's very simple. That's just a simple.
yeah, we'll have to, so then we're tabling, oh, I will entertain a motion to table that.
Table it, to raise it, subject to the change being distributed to the committee for immediate action at the next meeting. So that we can say 4 is complete.
Tabled.
Yes. We can do that Tuesday.
All those in favor of tabling as described by Commissioner Marshall Lee, signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed?
Any opposed?
No, no opposition. Thank you, guys.
Oh,
so
good.
much.
Thank
We're
you.
not done yet, we're getting
We're
there.
not done, we're almost done.
We're done with ethics.
Couple,
And we talked about going over.
I have a quick amendment to 4, and then I think we can adopt civil service too. One of them.
Where did my minutes, where did my agenda go? Oh, here it is.
This is civil service. This is a standalone that
Thank
is
you.
contrary to what you have in your packet from the other day, because this came from Eric. He had the assignment of renumbering for us. But he made some other minor edits, which are all non-substantive. His edits are in blue or purple, whatever that color is.
Do you have another copy of it?
Oh, did I? Yeah, I
No,
gave
you
him.
showed it to me.
No, I'm sorry.
May we,
Tease me with it.
this is exhibit,
Oh, yes, this is exhibit 1 for today from the chapter 17 civil service. We were given updates from the other day.
and what is it? Did we put in the date subsequent to the 1?
It's 8/9.
8/21.
Wait, what's the date?
Yeah,
Oh my God, it's
8/21.
I was
Yeah.
doing the wrong date.
It's 21.
Okay. Exhibit 1.
Exhibit 1,
8/21,
8/21/25. The civil, chapter 17 civil service.
Is there anything substantive in this?
I have one amendment to what Eric gave us. So no, you'll see as you go through this document that it's all simply renumbering in accordance with our instruction, or it's typographical. There's nothing substantive that he has changed.
Wait, did he put in the
That's what I'm.
So-
ethics office? No,
Oh, did you miss that? Oh, hold on.
nope.
So we got A, renumbering, and B, typos,
Okay, so we have to add that. Yeah, he must have missed that.
and C, need to add what?
The director of the Office of Ethics,
Right, that was supposed to go
municipal.
before or after legislative services.
It was, I thought it was like the new 19, but,
Yeah, the new 19. So the new 19 should be
oh, wait.
director of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Director of the Office of Municipal Ethics. Okay, good catch.
I make a motion to add to make a new 19, Director of the Office of Municipal Ethics, added under, what is this section?
Section 5,
Section
5B.
5B.
Second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None opposed? The motion passes.
Thank you.
All right, I have 2 changes that are super minor.
For,
So, well, I make a motion, I'll just combine all of this in one.
What chapter?
Oh, so this whole, okay, so I make a motion to adopt all of the changes that are in blue, including the renumbering and the typographical error, all, everything that's in blue.
Oh, I
Changes in
moved.
blue?
Those are Eric's changes in blue, yes,
Okay.
which are
Oh.
mostly renumberings or very minor edits. In addition to that, I make a motion that on page 65,
I see a yellow.
yes, where there's yellow highlight right now, it says, office of the mayor created under the provisions of, I want it to say, after confirming the city attorney's office and Eric earlier today, under the provisions of this chapter or chapter 4, section H.
And what would be why the addition?
So we're trying to figure out who serves as an unclassified, basically discretionary
Okay.
individual. We had proposed in our charter revision that it just say, all these specific things that we mentioned, or anybody, or otherwise created later by the Civil Service Commission.
Mhm.
The council then changed it to say, no, all the positions that we list here, and anyone that the mayor appoints under the mayoral authority in chapter 4.
Mhm.
And it should actually be all three. So my amendment takes into
Oh.
account, it could be everyone we specifically listed, anyone that the mayor appoints in, and I'm gonna get to an amendment in the chapter 4 too. Anyone the mayor appoints under his authority, specifically for his office or the CAO's office, or anyone that the Civil Service Commission later creates. Any one of those three are in the unclassified service. That's the purpose of my amendment. So that's another, so that's one change, and then the final one,
So wait, we're just saying provisions of this or chapter 4?
this
That's the
chapter or chapter
Oh,
4H.
this chapter.
Before you go to the next one, why don't you vote on that amendment, then you can vote to adopt.
Yeah,
it.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
I make a motion to make that amendment.
Second. All those in favor of the motion to amend? Signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed?
And then I make a motion on page 69 where there's the word city council appears for no apparent reason by accident. We believe it's just a typographical error, but he highlighted it because he didn't know why it was there. On page 69, section 7A, to remove the word city council there at the beginning. It just says it.
I
There's no
second
reason.
it.
All those in favor of removing section 9A, the words city
And
council?
this is said respectfully, but we can cross out city council.
Yes.
Are you making a motion to delete the city council from the charter? I'm fine with that too.
Just in this space.
Okay. fine.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Now, let me make it perfectly clear, we did not eliminate the city council.
Correct.
If that's the end of changes in this section, you want to adopt all the
I would make a motion to adopt all of chapter 17 civil service as amended.
Second it. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Ladies and gentlemen, we got to another chapter, hallelujah.
That's a big lift, that chapter. That chapter is super important, so good.
Yes.
All right, I have one more amendment in chapter 4 of the mayor.
What page is that?
That's page 18.
Go ahead.
I make a motion in section 1H that it read as follows. Do you want to do your notes thing?
Hold on. Yeah, can you?
Yep.
Can you open this so I can go to the notes?
Hold on a second. Alright.
Yeah, 'cause I'm-
So I'll just explain while he gets that ready. So one of the problems with the charter as it's written is it says basically the mayor can, within budgetary authority, can appoint assistants. And they serve at his discretion, but we don't know what that means. and who and where, can he appoint anywhere? It's kind of like potentially boundless, he can do what he wants, to it means nothing. And there's arguments on both sides. So we're trying to both empower the mayor to appoint assistants in his office and the chief administrative office, which are at the highest levels where he should have discretion, without making it this endless power that the mayor has to appoint discretionary appointees in any office where he sees fit. We're trying to make it make sense. That's what we've done throughout all of chapter 17, is make it make sense. Most people that work for city government work here no matter who the mayor is, no matter what their politics are, etc. But there are certain sensitive offices where they serve at his pleasure, and he should have that authority. So, consistent with that thought.
Hold on. It went, he talked too long.
Shut up.
You gotta go back. It
Go
makes,
ahead. Go ahead, Tommy.
Okay, I make a motion that in chapter 4, the mayor, subsection H, it read, subject to the availability of funds, comma, the mayor may appoint such positions in the office of the mayor or the chief administrative office, which they shall deem reasonably necessary for the operations and functions of said offices, period.
wait, so,
Now you got it on there so you can get it
Well, it doesn't always get it right.
positions in the office of the mayor and chief.
So what it says now, it should say, subject to the availability of funds, comma, the mayor may appoint such positions in the office of mayor or the chief administrative office, which they shall deem reasonably necessary for the operation and functions of said offices.
What did you say after which, did you say which he deems necessary?
Well, I said, which, that we're using they, meaning,
Why? The mayor's the appointing authority, so he's the one who should deem it necessary.
gender neutral term, they.
Oh,
Yes, we've done that throughout the whole
okay,
charter.
gotcha.
Yeah, I know. That's his Catholic school upbringing where they is plural and they're
Why don't you
dealing with a
just say
singular
which
person.
the mayor deems?
Okay,
I
fine.
thought that's what you,
Okay, I see what you mean. Subject to the availability of funds, the mayor may appoint such positions in the office of mayor or the chief administrative office, which the mayor, instead of they, so which the mayor shall deem reasonably necessary for the operations and functions of said offices.
How does he communicate with such? Where does it become known? Or is that just a line item for all
So
of it?
what basically happens now is the city council sets a budget for those offices. And basically what we're saying is within those offices, within the budget he's given, he can appoint people. And then when you go to chapter 17 now, based on what we just adopted, now there's meaning. Anyone that he appoints under this authority in his office or the chief administrative office, we deem unclassified and therefore discretionary or at will. Anyone who doesn't fall within these provisions is assumed to be classified and therefore has to stay under any mayoralty unless they're removed for a valid reason.
So I guess what I'm coming to is, when I've asked questions in the past, there's no reporting authority. There's no answer that comes with, you're talking about the mayor, obviously, everything is subject to the availability of funds.
True.
But when you don't have to argue for the funds to the public as a whole, as a part of your annual meeting or whatever, may appoint such positions as the mayor deems necessary for the administration. Do some of those expire in terms of need?
Well, and so
They may.
this gives the mayor flexibility within only those two offices, because again, part of this is that really a limitation.
What two offices, I'm sorry?
The mayor's office and the CAO's office. So right now, as you read the rule, some people have argued and do argue that the current language allows the mayor, now you say subject to available funds, that's the entire budget in every department, to essentially say, I need assistance, so I'm gonna appoint in all these offices. And I don't think that was ever the intention, but that's what it says. And some people just say, this means nothing to us, we don't know who this falls under. There are court cases that essentially have said, this is useless language. So what I'm attempting to do in consultation with the city attorney and civil service office is put some limitations on it to essentially say, when there's an appointment made where the position, where money's been budgeted for personnel, and it's only within these two offices, the mayor gets to pick and choose what he needs in those offices. I need a chief of staff, a project manager, a secretary, a blah, 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 blah. And whatever he appoints within those offices, we know are unclassified. If he decides that he no longer needs X, Y, and Z, but needs A, B, and C instead, so be it. That's his job.
And because they're unclassified, they do not have just cause protection. They basically serve
At will.
at will, which is important because when a new mayor comes in, he doesn't want to be saddled with the prior mayor's team. You have to be able to appoint your key people in those two departments. Just like at the federal government, there's a limited number of top people that an incoming mayor, particularly if you haven't changed parties, I mean, when you think about that.
Looking to compromise, I understand the reason for the rule, or for the change, but how does someone identify with that group?
Well, the answer is, if the position already exists through civil service, either in the list or, well, it would have to be on the list. If it
No.
doesn't exist,
No.
or it can be added, but if it doesn't exist, it has to be created through civil service. So the mayor can't just say, I'm gonna appoint somebody to be chief cook and bottle washer if that position doesn't exist.
Well, here's my hypothetical to you and to Eric.
Okay,
So, in chapter 17, it now lists a few positions which we know will basically always exist now in modern government. The chief administrative officer, the chief of staff, deputy chief of staff, those sorts of things. But then in the mayor's office, for instance, there's a project manager. You know one of them who works on boards and commissions. Now, where does it ever say in chapter 17 that this specific project manager that happens to work in the mayor's office is in the unclassified service? Well, it doesn't. So what we do is we address that, is we reference the mayor's chapter, we say anyone appointed under this section is in the unclassified service. All right, well, who is that? Well, that's anybody that within that budget, only within those two offices, the mayor appoints. Anyone within those two offices, we assume fall as discretionary appointments and are unclassified. And that covers whoever the mayor may decide. And what happens then is Mayor Gannon's no longer in office, new mayor takes over. There's no one within those offices who's gonna claim that they have a right to their position. The new mayor, whatever positions the mayor may have created, some of which are explicitly enumerated in chapter 17 and some of which are not, but may be hired under the mayor's chapter 4, may be in that office, but they don't have a claim to their job. If the new mayor comes in, they may clear house in those two offices and appoint their own people, and that's that. That's the system we're trying to create. And again, it's very limited to only those two offices. Does that make sense? I know I rambled on.
No, but you,
God help whoever watches these videos.
You're crazy.
okay.
It's both limiting and empowering at the same
it
time.
all sounded great to me, but could you just read it a little bit slower so I can make sure I have the
Do
language?
we have this language? We
Yes,
recorded you,
yes, we
okay.
recorded and I fixed it. The mayor, excuse me. Subject to the availability of funds, comma, the mayor may appoint such positions in the office of the mayor or chief administrative office, which the mayor shall deem reasonably necessary for the operations and functions of said offices.
Okay.
That's your language.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, more or less. Okay. And with that,
Take a vote.
we'll vote on that and we vote on the whole chapter.
Okay,
So you're saying that really deals with, without specifying, the CAO?
It deals with all the positions in the mayor's office and CAO's office, which are not specifically listed in chapter 17.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. Because the problem is, I'll give you one more example. We can't say in chapter 17, project managers are in the unclassified service, because there are a bunch of them. It's a pretty generic title that exists in a bunch of unions all over the place. And you don't want to say that they're unclassified, because most of them are not. But in the mayor's office and the CEO's office, there's at least one in each of those offices right now, and we do believe that they are unclassified, and we should say as such. Because those offices are special, those offices are discretionary. And I think this new language handles that problem.
And the problem we were faced with previously was the charter had language that said all hereinafter created positions will be in the competitive division of the classified service, which was entirely too restrictive, particularly since it bumped up against our old language that said the mayor, subject to funds, could hire whoever he wanted in his operation. And the courts had trouble reconciling those two inconsistencies. This cleans it up.
This cleans up a problem that's been cited literally by judges in court cases. So this is it may seem like, why are we bringing this up? It's actually a real problem. All right, that's my motion.
The motion, second, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed?
With that, I make a motion to adopt chapter 4 on the mayor as amended.
Is there a second on that motion?
I'll second it.
All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? We have finished another chapter, ladies and gentlemen.
Safer.
So, did we wanna do chapter 5, or
City council.
do we wanna wait for next time? Because Terry, I know Terry said she has to go, I think other people might.
So I think maybe what we can do is, on Tuesday, come back, finish the last part of ethics, finish city council, finally figure out what the heck we're doing with chapter 1, if anything else, and then touch on the department chapters issue to at least introduce the topic of what we're doing.
The transitions?
The transitional provisions and stuff, which are very complicated, and we're still working out the details
Oh,
of.
I make a motion to table sections 9 through 23.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
And then we can come back for that final meeting, and we can adopt that final language about the departments and the transitional provisions. Fix any
So I have-
typos and stuff,
So
and
I,
adopt the final report.
I wanna know what happened to having the deadline of August 27th. What happened to that? That's not happening? Should I have not brought it up?
I'll talk to you offline.
Okay. All right, so I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second. Somebody second it?
You did.
Oh, write it down,
Yeah.
where's our thing?
Right here. All those in favor of adjourning signify by saying aye.
Aye.
No, right over there, John. Okay, it is 8:31. 8:31, who did it? Who motioned? John?
Aisha.
Aye, you should mean.
John.
Should I was asking if it was.
Sorry, I didn't mean to
We
scratch
have
you.
we have another time.
Ladies and gentlemen on the
Oh,
telephone, thank you so much.
You know, you boss me.
Did everybody hang up? They hung up on us already.